Hello, beautiful souls and my friends. So, on Easter weekend, I was told very clearly, I was asked to bring a dessert. And I was told very clearly from Spirit that I needed to make a lemon pies. That it was very important that it was a lemon pie. Now me, I've never made a lemon pie before. But I love lemons and I do love lemon pie. I was told first to pay attention to the ingredients. It was very important. The ingredients to making a pie was very important. And this got me thinking, as I'm making the pie, all of the information that just came flooding in is very relevant to how we operate on a daily basis, both in our micro world and our own individual selves within us, and also how we operate outside of us. So baking is a very precise methodology. It's very precise. It's not like cooking where you can throw in a dash of this or a dash of that and see what happens and kind of create there, which is a lot of fun. Baking is very precise. In order to have the sweet or the treat or the dessert to come out in just the right taste, looking just the right way, you have to have the right ingredients, and they have to be measured exactly as the recipe calls for. A long time ago, I had written a post about lemons and lemonade, and the post said this: "My dear, don't you know that lemons are the secret ingredient in the recipe of your greatness?" So this saying, as I'm making these lemon pies, mixing the filling and doing all those things, I'm reminded of that post that I had shared. And that was a divinely, directly from Spirit, and that was why I had shared it. So let's break this down, because the ingredients is actually the most important part. So when I'm making a lemon pie, I went and got fake lemon pie filling. I just didn't have time to bake it. I didn't have time to do it from scratch, doing the lemon rinds and the juice and all of those things. So I took a shortcut, and I thought, I'm gonna use the and my daughter's here, she's like, using the ingredient package, she's saying, was the thing that would allow you to be able to receive this information, or put you in the receiving mode of thought forms to receive this information, to divine it through and integrate it, making it relatable to all of us on this grand scale. So if you think about it, you have ingredients that make up you. What are those ingredients? And here's the thing. We're baking. You're a masterpiece. You are a delicatessen. You are an exquisite sweetness, so that somebody's going to eat, apparently. So what are the ingredients? I bought a package of lemon pie filling, and it was simulated ingredients. How many of our ingredients are simulated, are from a different program? They're calling it lemon. It looks like it's lemon. It's yellow. It smells like it's lemon, and it tastes like it's lemon. But that ingredient is artificial. So if we look at all the things that make up the ingredients of us, how many of them are artificial, that came from outside of us, a program that was created? Like, what's your ingredients? Is it grace? Is it your truth? Is it who you want to be, or an artificial simulation of who you're supposed to be, or the label you want to fit in? So like, for example, if, you know, the program or the ingredient that I was given from outside of me is, Erin, it's your job to look after other people. And I take that in thinking that's one of my ingredients, but it's an artificial one. It's up to me to assess what are the ingredients in the pie. It's almost like if you take a pie and you cut it into 12 slices and you remove 3 of those slices, it's still a pie, but it's not the whole pie. The other thing that really became clear to me was, what are my ingredients? What are the ingredients that make up me? And are they simulated, artificial, or are they real and authentic and true blue? And I'm stirring this lemon pie and I'm mixing it, and I'm thinking on this and all the different facets and pieces of who we are, because it's not just in the internal landscape that we look at, it's also in the external, in the world around us. How many things are in place that are actually simulated and running a program in our peripheral vision that perhaps is simulated. This word simulated is very important. It's a program. It's like the art of illusion. That's what the ingredients give. The art of illusion is what I keep hearing. So the art of illusion is actually, I believe it's a software program that allows you to create third dimensional items. Here's how this ties into this. The simulated ingredients in the pie made a three-dimensional pie. It went from a powder and a couple of liquids, an ingredient here, an ingredient there, to create this third-dimensional item. And yet this item, although it tasted heavenly and delicious, did have simulated flavors in it. So the question is, what is a simulated ingredient that makes up me that is actually not one of my main ingredients? And what are my main ingredients? What is the foundation in order to bake precisely the outcome of the dessert that you want? It is very precise. So what happens when you put in nutmeg into your lemon pie? Well, the taste or the outcome or how it operates in the world and given to others as a 3D form is slightly off because one of the ingredients was slightly off. One of the ingredients did not belong in that pie. So just like us in everyday life, if we have an ingredient in our energy that isn't aligned with manifesting wealth, that isn't aligned with truth and authenticity, if we're pretending to be something that we're not, so we have a false ingredient in us, it changes our inner landscape, which changes how we operate in the world around us and that third dimensional view, the micro and the macro. So here's the important thing about this as well, and being told fifth dimension, like the new earth idea and concept, is moving to this new earth and waiting for all these things to happen, and fifth dimensional beings, and when am I going to be in fifth dimensional consciousness? So dimensions you could look at as perspectives. They're also ingredients. What is the fifth ingredient? What is the fifth perspective? What is the sixth ingredient? What is the sixth perspective? So here's the thing, if you have three ingredients or three perspectives that end up limiting you or are artificial, you're never going to make it to a conscious awareness of those different perspectives or levels. The new earth, you are your own realm unto itself. The new earth in you is what actually shifts the new earth around you. So I'm hearing if 70% of the collective consciousness is aligning with this new earth within them, which is a fifth perspective, a conscious awareness, and being told talk about the dimensions. So first dimension is the one, the focus. The second dimension could be related to as duality, and there's so many contexts you can put these dimensions or perspectives into. So the third dimension is space. We're mastering the Trinity, mind, body, and spirit, a spiritual being having a human space dense experience. It's mastering space. Fourth dimension is mastering time. So that is time is an illusion. How do I get from here to there? It's mastering the physical time of how am I utilizing my time correctly? Am I making the most of my time? Also, manifestation and time together. I've ascended Master Hilarion. He always tells me he's the master of the realm of time and is one of my teachers for the fourth dimensional aspects. So it's almost like we're taking, here's point A and point B, and this is where you are and this is where you want to go. So he's taking this linear diagram and pulling it upwards. So it's like moving from this graph, jumping up to the next optimal timeline. Time is an illusion, right? We're no longer in just linear time, my friends. As you become more aware and open to dimensions and consciousness, you're going to notice that different things are happening in time. There's a quickening happening. There's an awakening happening. This is because some of the simulated ingredients have been removed on the earth plane's consciousness and the collective consciousness. This is a wonderful thing, and there's a lot of unknowns for where we're moving towards. But it's important in the mastery of time that it's not just time is an illusion and I can be here, there, and everywhere, but it's also the rooted, grounded form of mastering the physical aspects of time in this way, shape, or form. And that's particularly important for those who are highly spiritual or have gone gangbusters in the spiritual aspects and consciousness. That's amazing. That's wonderful. You also need to have the balance and the equilibrium of the physical aspected form. And this comes down to ingredients. So if we're talking about the fifth dimension, it's simply bringing on a new perspective or awareness and consciously allowing to co-create with the universe. Sixth dimension then moves into, I now have a new facet where I realize I can move and shape all of the energy around me. I'm no longer waiting for divine inspiration to act and co-create. I'm now going to effectively create on my own signs and synchronicities, and those are going to give me validations that everything's coming up aces, and we're on the right path for each of us. So when it comes down to baking the pie, think of the end result, the goal. What are the ingredients that are needed? What ingredients need to be removed? What ingredients do not align with this version that is currently in your energy or currently part of your viewpoints or perspectives, that doesn't belong in the pie, that doesn't fit, that doesn't align, that would kind of distort the taste of it or the perspective of it? It's the ingredients of the self. Lemons. I'm going back to that post. My dear, did no one tell you that all those lemons were the secret ingredient in the recipe to your greatness? Because it is true. They say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I have done this numerous times over and over and over again. It's also part of alchemy. It's being able to take a base ingredient. We don't look at the lemon and say, lemon, I want you to be a sweet strawberry. We say, ooh, that's got some tang. That's got some sourpuss puckering, and it doesn't feel good. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna break it down, and I'm gonna use the peel because that actually has the most lemony taste. I'm gonna use the juice. I'm gonna take the seeds out and plant new lemon trees. All of these things are different aspects in alchemy. So think about it. We're taking a base metal and turning it into gold. There are different ingredients that have to happen, and with each ingredient, it evolves the pie filling. It evolves the metal into a different form, and it transforms and it shapes. And as you put in an ingredient and you heat it up and you cool it down and you mix it or you let it still, all of those things are part of the alchemy process. I was very clear that I was supposed to come on here and share this. So it's almost like, look at yourself as a beautiful lemon pie that is exquisite, that has the most beautiful toppings on it. It is a work of art. It is a masterpiece. It is the observant, objective view of you. What are the ingredients you need for that outcome? Because you are a beautiful masterpiece. What are the ingredients that need to happen for that outcome? For you to be whole, for you to take the bitterest lemons and turn them into the most beautiful, smooth, sweet pie that there ever was. So this is food for thought, pun intended. I love lemons, and the last thing I want to tell you is there are more attributes that lemons have where they flush out our body system and purify it and alkaline it. So lemons, even though they might be bitter and you might not want lemons as we roll along our life, and we often get them here, there, sporadically, it's the lemons that allow you to turn and alchemize that bitter experience and take the wisdom and create something exquisite and beautiful out of it, like a beautiful lemon pie. Thank you so much for listening to my musings and my thought processes here on lemon pie. I was told it was very, very important that I share this. Who knew? So let me know if it resonates in the comments, and until next time, bye friends.